Are we Minnesota or full show today?
Fucking whatever you want.
Let's see how it goes.
You know, some of us aren't in lockdown and need to go to work tomorrow, so.
Look, fucking calm your farm, all right? You bloody sons in four guys.
I didn't say it. I think that was just Benson.
It was definitely me, but you never know, mate. You never know. All right, forfeits can happen.
Minisode. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out!
Right, Stu, we're talking to the guy who once said Denver in 8, so.
This is true. This is true. This is the guy who's all in on Kelly Olynyk, all right? So,
do you need me to bring out the fucking 10-year list of dumb shit you've said?
Yeah, Stu, do you want him to?
Yeah, right. Fucking hell, leave me alone. Why don't you pick on Vince?
Oh, well.
Because he knows better.
What do we got? We got game 4 happening tomorrow. Phoenix, Milwaukee.
It's on Thursday, isn't it?
Is it tomorrow or Thursday? Thursday.
Tomorrow. Oh, it's Thursday, yeah, Thursday.
Before we get into all that, we should talk some international hoops.
I'm guessing we're mini-soding, are we?
We're mini-soding.
Well, before we talk, can I just congratulate the motherland that is Italy on winning the Euro 2020 Cup. It's been a while. I mean, we didn't even make the World Cup. So that's been good.
Great. Did you get up? Did you watch it?
Nah, went to bed.
He's so dead again.
Dude, I'm too old. Oh, mate, 9:30, I'm in bed.
You knackered?
Too old.
I totally understand you. Every time I put the kids to bed and I lie down with them, I'm always in danger of like nodding off first.
It's old, man.
It's a real battle.
That's what cocaine's for, gents.
Stu lies there
in bed,
staring at the ceiling.
Unfortunately, me and Wayne can't afford nannies to do that shit for us. So you've got one nanny for each child, mate. You just.
Although the kids the past couple of days have started calling me the butler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit hard. I'm letting it slide for now, but must admit, it's eating at me. Tell you what's also eating at me, those damn USA uniforms. Those kits are horrible. You guys might have seen on the Facebook page my little post about them. They really do look like a printing error sheet that's come out. Like, they look horrible. They look like to me, I don't know, I think they're just lacking a bit more red in the kits, and they just look like bad all-star jerseys.
Have they shown anybody what the alternates will look like? I mean, obviously they're not going to have the one uniform for all of their games. Have they shown the white, or is there a red?
We've had the white. I have not seen a red. So I think from my understanding, it's just from all I've seen, it's just the blue and the white. But yeah, man, they're kind of horrible. I don't know. It's just really.
What was wrong with the old Dream Team look? I can go back to the future.
I think they were trying to separate themselves from that, though. You know, because that team was so great. You know, and everyone obviously holds them in such high esteem.
But wasn't that uniform was used before them? So just keep using it.
Yeah.
Just keep using it. It's a great looking uniform. You can modernise it a little bit, change the fonts maybe. I don't know. You're the artist here, Wayne, not me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like that. But these jerseys look terrible.
I don't hate them.
I do.
All right. Well, there you go. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
And the Aussies need to change. Like, why does Australia have to be green and gold?
I like it. But I also kind of find the weirdly, it's like a poor taste thing. Like it's so bad it's good. I feel like the truck tracks down the side.
And can we change our name? The Boomers.
It's like walking to a muddy yard and someone's been driving a tractor around. Just ridden it straight down the side of the kit. But
okay, so we're in agreement.
Speaking of boomers, you two sound like a couple of boomers whinging about everything. Okay, boomer.
Oh, this is the first time we've met, is it?
Yeah.
Fucking Benson.
I'll tell you what we can't complain about, though. The game inside of those uniforms was off tap today.
Was it? What? Look, Jesus Christ. I mean...
I didn't see him play.
Yeah, you did.
Did he?
He was wearing number 5 for Australia, mate.
Is that Paddy Thrills?
Thrills, they call him.
Paddy Thrills. I love that. Paddy. That's a T-shirt.
Mate.
Do anyone out there makes a Paddy Thrills T-shirt, I will sue.
His game winner. I mean, I know these are all like the friendly matches, so they don't particularly count, but that game winner against Argentina, what a goddamn shot.
Oh. And well done to 61-year-old Luis Scola, playing really well.
We had our Scola talking not so long ago, right?
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did. He's cut the locks off and he's...
That's right, we did.
Still balling and...
Well done, mate. Well, he's 3 years younger than me and he's got me covered.
He still moves... Like, he hasn't got old
terribly.
Man. He's always had the old man game, but he still moves exactly the same as he did when he was in the league.
Oh, I don't think that's quite right.
Wow, he's not sprinting down the court, really, is he? He never was. But.
He's just so smart between the ears.
Yeah,
just so smart.
Of course, what did Team USA? They went down, so they lost 2 games in a row.
Anyone else thought that they were going to come out on fire, like really motivated after losing Nigeria? I was really worried for the Boomers.
Totally. I thought we're getting them off the back of that loss. I really thought they were going to come out all guns blazing, and I thought that we were going to be under the pump from the tip-off.
Yep.
Well, sorry, Vince, just what Coach Pop was saying too after that game, treating it basically, we needed this game as like a learning curve for us. And I mean, essentially those guys have just been like shoved together, but they're playing against teams with, I mean, it's that thing, like has a couple of ways to kind of look at it, I suppose. Like it has the rest of the world catch up. We see a lot of teams with NBA talent. Of course, Canada we spoke about, I think last show, they got bounced early. Nigeria has players. We have players. So like the rosters of international squads now are quite filling up with a lot of talent and guys who just been playing together for ages. That real sense of team unity, which I think is kind of highlighted with the Team US. I mean, I know these games are light. I'm sure they're going to bounce back and they're going to be fine. But I think early on anyway, like it's a real I suppose hurdle that the Team USA squad has to overcome.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, they a lot of these guys played, Australian Institute of Sport together. They've either been teammates in the NBL. We do really good pre-camps for World Championships and for the Olympics. And, these guys have just come off the back of the season. So, to a degree, they're learning as they go. They're going to learn plays. Do they have plays? They're still waiting on, Booker, Holiday, and Middleton are still playing. So, they've still got ingredients to be added into the mix. So, they're a work in progress. But make no mistake, they'll be playing in the last game of the tournament. It's just it's just lucky, I think, today that they I don't know if they took us lightly or that we just came out with as much intensity as they did, because we didn't back down from any matchup. It was incredible to watch. In my lifetime, I don't think I'm overstating it. That's the best I've seen a Boomers squad play.
100%. I totally agree.
Mm. And I
watch them all.
Yeah, I'm with you, Stu. And Maurice, adding a guy like Matisse Tybal.
Oh man,
he's been so good for us.
Have you guys been watching his little YouTube thing he's putting together? Road to
No, I've got to watch it. Is it?
It's really
good.
It's really like he like knows no one on the squad basically. So I'm sure, but in saying that, because he's a bit nervous to talk to everyone and he's trying to catch up with the system, which I thought was like, because a lot of these guys, have been playing this system for a while. And just like, I'm sure by the end of this, like those guys are going to be so tired.
Mate, all those dudes on the Australian team, Golding, whatever you want to call him, Baines, Ingles, Paddy Thrills, Sobey, they're all good blokes. Like, yeah. And how's Matisse's Aussie accent? Good?
Yeah.
Throwing a few mates in there and...
No, not at all. He's not there yet. Give him time.
Fair enough. No.
How long is he, though, on the court? Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, obviously, he's very good as a defender. And, I mean, we all know that he's an elite defender, and that's what got him in the rotation to begin with last year, let alone this year with Doc. But, my goodness, some of his just hands in lanes and obviously his block on KD, and he's just you're never out of his range.
He doesn't stop working, which is the great thing. And this is actually really good exposure for him internationally, of course, but like for guys who have been watching him in Philly all season and last year, like he's doing exactly what he does for those guys, but he's getting more burn. He's got I would say an even more important role in this squad than Philly, but I'll just give you a stat line for today. 24 minutes, right? He had, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Like,
that's unreal.
How good is that? How good an addition is this? Quickly becoming the Aussie icon for us.
And I just love the fact that he wants to play for Australia.
Yeah.
Like, it's just refreshing. We've got a guy who says, hey, I'm playing for Australia. Like, I don't know, man. I just want a medal so bad in the Olympics with this freaking team. Guys like Ingles and Paddy Baines who just turn up every Olympics, they deserve one. Yeah, they really do.
I was kind of thinking that today because I'm on Instagram quite a lot and I was following, I follow a lot of the players and whatnot, and just reading a little post that Exum had put together about, how he's always dreamed about, wearing the green and gold. And, of course, he's been through the channels to get there and whatnot. And I was like, man, it's good to hear. We spoke at length last show about Ben Simmons and, there's obviously some sour grapes there and whatnot and our disappointment with him not playing. But it's super refreshing when you have a guy like Matisse who wants to be there, Exum wants to be there. Man, I hope Exum could just stay healthy.
Oh, 100%, man. Send some good juju his way to stay healthy.
Delhi doesn't look too bad either. Moving around a bit.
Yeah, man. He I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was a bit concerned about how he'd play, how he'd look, but he looks good. I
mean, but he was active. He was on the court. He was on the court for 20 plus minutes. Not a lot got done, but he's going to play his role. So
yeah. And not only that, like he's that guy that's going to be, in training and just in the huddle and in the locker room. Like he's just one of those guys that, he's going to motivate the shit out of them. He has been in big games. He's a championship winning player, and just to be around that experience for the younger guys like the Gouldings and the Exums and and the tie balls, like they're going to feed off each other. Like it's early days. Yes, we beat an undermanned and underprepared USA squad, but you've got to believe, if you're an Aussie Boomers fan and a basketball fanatic from this country, you got to like our chances at a podium.
I mean, I like what the coach has done.
Oh, mate, gorgeous.
So good, right? He is so good. I mean, he coached Illawarra last year. I always loved the guy, man. Like even when he was like coaching the Kings. I feel like he's just really embraced Australian culture and whatnot. But, I mean, just looking at the minutes even from today's game, like we didn't have anyone that even hit the 30-minute mark for us. Ingles was probably the closest with 28.
Yeah. Look, man, Gorge is 67 years old.
Yeah.
And he's coaching just as well as he did 20 years ago. Everywhere he goes, he wins. He's won in Australia. He's won in China. The guy's just got a gift.
The players love him as well. You can tell they play
do.
for him.
Yeah, he's a real players coach, and another guy who just deserves, who's put so much into Australian basketball. Yeah. He's been there through the highs and lows. Just another guy who deserves a medal. I can't say enough about Gorge, and he's always been there for Australia. Like this is the second time he's coached. They sacked him the first time around. But yeah, always been there for Australia. Like they need to name an award after him or something. He's a beast.
100%. Hey, I'm all for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Some thoughts. Last time we spoke, we were heading into the NBA Finals. Now we're 3 games in. You know, the prediction aside, Stu, I was kind of like watching that last game in Milwaukee, and I was just like, for me, it just feels like whoever can get the win on the other team's home court is walking away with this. Like, a lot of Suns fans were up in arms with the Giannis calls, but to be honest, I felt like they were kind of the same as watching the Phoenix games, to be honest, like in some of the calls that were going against the Bucks. But I just, watching that third game, I was like, yeah, I think this is going to come down to who can get the win in the other home court.
Yeah, well, I think it was about time that Giannis just decided to just attack. I thought he had opportunities in game 2 and didn't take them, and it cost them that margin. So from a game plan point of view, it just makes sense. I mean, there's not a lot Phoenix can do except cover him really hard, and that's going to put him at the line, and you've got to roll the dice on his accuracy. But to his credit, he nailed free throws all game. Yeah. So that was a big differentiator. And you know, Booker had an absolute stinker. There were stretches there where they were rudderless, particularly when Cam Payne was on the floor. What he brought in the previous series and even in the first 2 games with that energy was just erratic in game 3. Yeah. And so they couldn't settle, and they just did not have a rhythm all game. Look, I'm still backing the Suns. I just think it was an off game. I think it was an erratic game. I think maybe they might have come into it thinking, we've got these guys. We've got them 2 in a row. We're going to go for a third. And I think they underestimated their opponent. I don't think they'll do it again. I think Monty's too good for that. And I think Chris Paul demands more. I think game 4 to be much closer.
Vince.
Yeah, look, I pretty much agree with Stu. I think Monty's going to make the adjustments. I think they're going to pinch this next game. I think the thing that concerns me with the Bucks is Drew Holiday has got to turn up on the road. Yeah. He was okay the last game at home, but if he plays well on the road, they're probably going back to Milwaukee 1 apiece. Yeah. He's a massive concern. Bobby Portis, even though he's a flog, really good energy. Ayton is absolutely giving Lopez a bath, I called it. Just on Ayton, anyone notice how he resembles Raymond from White Man Can't Jump?
Yeah.
just have a look. It's Raymond. Let me just keep a gun in the glove box.
Go in my car, get my gun.
But Drew Holiday is my greatest concern right now.
It's what we spoke about not so long ago, Vince, about when Giannis was out with the injury in the last series, and it was like Holiday and Middleton, like they did what they had to do. They had to step up, and I was talking about that carryover that they would need to do that in game 1. You know, I still feel like it was probably a bit too soon. I would have sat Giannis for that first game, for that game 1. I mean, he must have a robot knee though, because Jesus Christ, he looks great out there. But
he looks good.
Yeah, right. It's
only hyperextension, guys.
Still, I don't think he had that much rest for it.
I've proven you only need 4 or 5 days.
The only joint that I've seen more hyperextended in the last 2 weeks was Conor McGregor's leg.
Oh, God damn. Yeah, that was nasty, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't even notice it really till the replay.
No, and then when you saw it, you were just like, damn.
Oh, yeah, that was nasty. Yeah, but look, Bucks did what they were supposed to do, protect home court. I think people need to just chillax with comparing Giannis to like all these other greats. Like he's just, I I get frustrated with the whole comparisons things. I really do. And just people just taking it way too far or getting way too offended about it. It's like, just fucking take a chill pill, guys. Like what's great about Giannis is that for his height and his athletic ability, he's not uncoordinated. Do you know? And he's so fluent, and he's just, man, he really is just a marvel to watch. And yes, you know, like any great player, like he has his own, you know, he has his set of flaws too. It's what makes him human. And, you know, but I was just like, man, I think just people need to really appreciate him a bit more.
It's pretty freaky, the control he has around his body, and particularly when he extends his hand and gets it near the ring. Like, he can do 2 giant steps from the 3-point line. And we've spoken about it for years, but he just does that twist once he feels the contact. He rolls off whatever shoulder you're not on. He extends his arm, and it's literally a finger roll into the cup or a dunk. And the dunks are like he's Michael Jordan extending in Space Jam. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you think there's no way he's going to get there, and he does, and he does it easily. He is quite freakish. Like, to be sort of that Kevin Durant height and length, but to have that physique and want to bang, which Durant never has wanted to do, it's quite an odd combination. Like, there's no comparison to him. It's like a weird KD melded with David Robinson. Like, it's very unusual. You've just got to enjoy it.
I've got a question for you. Shaq in his prime or Giannis in his prime? Who are you taking?
Oh, I'm going Shaq.
Yeah, good boy.
I'm going Shaq. I had this conversation the other night with somebody in the forum. I think Giannis, if I categorise him as a 5, which I do, I know a lot of people don't, I think he's probably the best centre that we've seen since Shaq, but Shaq hands down.
I mean, but, you know, we're comparing a complete body of work to one still in progress as well.
True.
And
yeah, I'm just
I mean, look, just from the sample size we have of Giannis, because it really is just a sample size. I mean, this is his first final run. You know, if you took a championships out of the equation of the comparison even, it's like I don't think we've seen a guy as dominant as Shaq.
No, man, he was beast.
What's Giannis? 6 seasons, 7 seasons in? How many years here?
Something like that, yeah.
If you were to compare the first 6 seasons of each, Shaq as an absolute force and freak of nature, it still blows me away. Even today, watching highlights, I showed my son highlights the other week of. Number one, I can't believe how old that footage looks. It feels to me like it was only 10 years ago. And it's like, fuck, like that must have been stripped off a VHS or something.
Dude, I always think back to that stuff like I was sitting courtside when I was watching it, you know? But my son's watching it because, you know, he sees Shaq on the panel with Ernie and the Jet and Charles, so he doesn't really fathom that he was a player. And you watch the footage and holy shit, it's just unbelievable. And I can imagine fans now who don't understand that era are watching Giannis with that same awe, but it's not the same.
Good thing.
Sorry, Vince.
No, I was just going to say, good thing about Giannis is he's still going to get better. Like, he's going to have the 3-point shot. His ball handling's going to get even better. He's got so many things to work on. Like, it's going to be scary.
Yeah, and fundamentally as well, like his free throws and his mechanics and things like that. Yes, he airballs some, but I'll tell you what, the ones that he airballs, they're straight, they're on target, they're soft and they're short, but mechanically, it's nothing like, you know, when we cringed when Shaq used to go to the line and every now and then he'd have some good games, but he was always just pushing the ball. He was never shooting the ball. And Giannis gets it. He knows what he's got to do. And if and when it all clicks, man, like, sky's the limit.
Yeah. And I mean, it's that thing, right, with Giannis. Like, he is a worker. Look at, I mean, not to compare the two because they are totally different players, but, you know, a guy like KD and Giannis, like KD come into league and we're talking about like how skinny he is and he put some bulk up and whatnot. And like his outside game helps a lot with not having to bulk up. But we don't have those same question marks with Giannis. We're like, holy shit, there's like Stack's probably got 2% body fat. He's huge. Like, he's a unit. Do you know what I mean? So he's prepared to put the work in. I like the fact that, you know, a bit of a somber note, but I like the fact that he, you know, bought into that Mamba mentality and, you know, had that connection with Kobe and took advice from him and really took on that, you know, that killer instinct. So it's always something that I really appreciate about appreciate about him. Like, he's still young, he's still figuring this out. And the dangerous thing is now, with all this experience, whether they win or lose this season, he's going to come into next year with all that knowledge, all that extra experience. He's going to know how to handle those moments a bit better.
Yeah, look, it's just so exciting that, injuries, let's touch wood and hope that he doesn't have anything that's catastrophic. But in terms of the way that he looks after himself and his physique, like, we're going to get like another, we've probably got 10 seasons, really, because he started so young. I mean, he was drafted when he was, 17?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's pretty young,
Yeah, I mean, we've got like another, at least, 6 seasons of peak before we even think about. And then you look at LeBron. LeBron came out yesterday, and not to sidetrack into Laker talk. This is all we have to mention of it all podcast. But LeBron said yesterday that he's thinking that he could play another 4 or 5 seasons.
Oh, baby!
I wouldn't put it past him though.
And I wouldn't put it past him. The way these guys look after their bodies is unbelievable. But I love that you mentioned the Kobe thing, because I've been thinking about it watching this finals, because you've got Giannis on one side and Booker on the other, both mentored, challenged by and friends of Kobe. And to see them both have elevated their respective conferences and their respective teams and their respective games to this level and to be dueling it out, it's awesome.
Yeah. Just to jump back quickly to the international thing, something I forgot to bring up about the Nigerian national team. Great to see Mike Brown coaching.
And coaching him for free too.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's coaching.
I heard that. That's true, yeah?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, he's doing a great job too. I've always rated Mike Brown. He got a bit of a raw deal in LA, but yeah, great coach.
I hope that team, because, watching that USA-Nigeria game, I just really felt like that team is so well gelled. They could cause some upsets. I wasn't watching that game going, these guys are going to upset Team USA. Like, I'd be lying if that thought had crossed my mind. But heading into that fourth quarter, I was like, they're sticking with them. They might have chance. And then by the end of the game, I was like, you know what? I could really, if this team is gelled as well as I think they could really cause some upsets.
They've been playing together a long time.
Yeah.
So they had that in their favour. And then to add a guy like Mike Brown running the show, they're going to make some noise. They've got Josh Okogie, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
There's Okogie and a few others. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry, but Ebke Udo's playing, I think.
They've got Precious Achua.
Yeah, so they got some talent there. So
what I've noticed, and it's not a new thing. It's probably happened over the last couple of international tournaments and FIBA events, is that the USA used to beat the shit out of people, obviously with talent, but physicality and dominance. And that was both physical and mental. Like, there was an edge. Yeah. And I don't think they have it. I don't think it's just this squad. I just think they've lost that mystique. And as was mentioned and directed at Pop in the post-game interview today, the level of international play and also the confidence of the international players is that I think most teams at the tip-off think that they're a chance, and they give it back to them physically, and they stare them down and they size them up, and it's shit that they're not used to. And those little 1%ers of bravado, they add up. And yeah, again, I don't expect them to be in the final game, but I think they're probably going to have some tough games to get there.
You know what I would absolutely love, and it won't happen, but it'd just be fantastic, I think, for a lot of us longtime fans outside of the US. It'd be if the NBA switched to FIBA rules, sorry.
No, we don't want that.
It'd be great. It'd be great. Imagine not watching travels. Like, Jesus.
You know what?
Dude, that's just a basketball rule.
Yeah. Imagine if, like, it got to that bad, they started losing games, that they decided to change the NBA game so they wouldn't be so embarrassed come international games.
Look, you know what Benson? I think what Benson
I
just said.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
I know Benson just said it before. You know, there's no fear. There's no LeBron in this team. There's no peak Dwayne Wade. There's no peak Kobe Bryant. There's no Jason Kidd. There's no one out there. As good as Durant is, there is no one out there that puts their fear of God into other teams.
Yeah,
like there's no one as good as Dame Lillard is.
Mm.
There's that's what it is. Like
I don't feel like they're playing for each other right now. Like
no, they're not. They're not. You can see it by some of the defensive lapses today.
Yeah,
like so you guys aren't. You're not a unit yet.
Yeah, look,
and they've got time, and they've definitely got the coach as well. If anybody's going to get this team of egos and ISO ballers together, it will be Pop. Like they are well appointed to do it.
Yeah, and Pop's no stranger to international players and whatnot. You know, they've been sourcing those guys for years out in San Antonio. I do just want to, while we cap off the international talk, obviously we are NBA podcast, and just want to look. All our overseas listeners, just relax. Let us have our moment, okay? This doesn't happen often. You guys will be fine. You know,
get stuffed.
Chill out.
The million of you who are eye rolling right now, shut up.
Yeah. And you want to hear some more international news?
Oh,
Trevor Gleeson, 5-time championship winner at Perth.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to the Toronto Raptors as an assistant coach.
Oh, I didn't know where he went. I read it today, but I didn't see the team he was going to. And I was like,
he's going to work under Nick Nurse, so that'll be good.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I'm telling you, like, hey, this is not a soft league here in Australia.
No, sirree. So what do we got? What's our finals prediction? We've got Game 4. Are we all going?
I think Suns are going to pinch it.
Oh, Bucks have got it. This series is going 7.
And I tell you what, if the Suns win, I think Raymond's going to get MVP.
Coach Bud, I'll just say this about. I know I've been pretty pro Milwaukee on the past 2 shows, but I'll just say this about Milwaukee. Coach Bud doesn't like to make many adjustments, does he?
Well, he gave the ball to Chris Middleton a bit more, like to create, but it wasn't a hell of a lot more, if that makes sense. Sort of went away from it, but for a little while there, he was letting Middleton create a bit.
There's still not a lot of depth, and interestingly enough, bench points for the series are pretty even, but they just, I don't know, they've got like 2 or 3 plays, and that seems to be. But I mean, credit to them, it works. They're in the NBA Finals, and the other, 15 teams in the East aren't. So it works, but it seems they've only got a couple of tricks. You know who they miss? The Italian brother. Oh, really? You think? Dante DiVincenzo. Yeah, I think so. Well, he was starting. He was starting the whole year. Did he not play the final? I can't remember when he went down. I can't remember, but he started for him. He's a good defensive player. I think he was averaging like 10 points a game. Oh, dude, he's a great player. Great player. Yeah, so they miss him. But positive is Pat Connaughton shooting the lights out at the moment. When he's set, he's knocking it down. You know who they miss? I think Connaughton's dunk highlights on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Fuck, he's got bunnies. You know who they really miss, though, Vince? Who's that, mate? I know who you're going to say. Carlos Stefano. That's who it is. Oh. That's not right, was it? I don't think so. Gang gets to reach, maybe. No, you know who they miss? Big Dog Robinson. No. Gian Leon. That's who they miss. Oh, wow. When they drafted him, he was supposedly 24 years old, but apparently he was 35. Need a little bit of magic in the middle with the Irvin Johnson. He was solid, man. He was good. Yeah. Look, I think last thing before we touch off, how about the I feel like it's a big holy shit moment. We're going to lose everyone, but the NCAA and their announcement. Yeah.
What's the announcement? I don't really follow the NCAA.
Well, just that the kids can now make money off their names, and you're seeing some big deals being signed. I think a Master P's kid signed a massive deal as well. So,
yeah, you know what? Good.
Yeah,
colleges make fucking millions off these kids.
100% they do. 100%. I wonder if it's a bit too late though. They're getting some big endorsement deals that I didn't see coming. I mean, I thought they would get some deals, but there's like a couple of kids already I've seen that have gotten like a couple of mil.
Good on them. Good on them, man, honestly. And again, like the odds of making the league are so low that make that money. If you're going to go and use your Bachelor of Arts degree that you got for not studying, that you're not actually going to use, and you're going to work in a car dealership for the next 30 years, get some coin.
Yeah, buy a dealership.
Yeah. Honestly, good on them. Or you set yourself up if you're going to have to go play in Europe or China, which that's no disrespect, but a lot of those guys are elite, still end up journeymen. Start cashing those checks as soon as you can. The NCAA has been treating them as unpaid employees for decades. So start getting some checks.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw it slowly, in years past with guys like Brandon Jennings went and played a bit overseas. We had RJ Hampton and Mello out here in Oz instead of college. Like, they wouldn't budge on it, and then the G League opened up their doors, and they see even more players leave last season. I feel like this was we're going to lose everything if we're not careful.
It's going to be another reason why Silva will accelerate the dropping of the age limit.
He's got it right.
He's going to. He's going to go, fuck it. If they're going to make money anywhere, they can make money with us, for us.
Here it comes. Watch out. Here it comes. Watch out. Here it comes. Watch out.
Ball